Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today let's talk about the coming Predator video game. I believe this is exclusive to the PlayStation. Let me just check real quick. Now, I'm going to read the article and give some of my thoughts. A lot of you guys have messaged me and asked about my opinion because you know I'm a massive Predator fan. I got a Wolf Predator here. I got Predator stuff just 4 shelves, a print, another thing hanging up. Love the Predator. It's my all-time favorite creature design from Hollywood. Number one. I love it. So having a Predator video game is something that I am so excited about. We're going to read this. I'll tell you a little bit about my concerns, and then I will give you my first initial rough and raw idea of what would be an amazing video game release for the Predator. Now here, or at least one, because I think they should do two. I think they should do a solo campaign and then one for multiplayer. All right. A new take on the Predator is coming to PS4. At yesterday's PlayStation State of Play, we learned IllFonic. Is that what that is? The studio behind Friday the 13th is working on Predator Hunting Ground, due out in 2020. The game is still in early development, but we know that it will be a competitive online multiplayer experience, and it's being created by a team of Predator fans. I hope so. Loyal to the 1987 film and subsequent takes on the Predator universe. In the game, one group will control the firepower and attempt paramilitary missions, while one player controls the Predator. IllFonic is working closely with Fox and Sony. Not only do these powerhouses believe in our vision, which has made this a dream project, they understand that we want to create. They understand what we want to create, IllFonic CEO said. They have given us so much to work with and are empowering us to create something new for fans, while expanding the lore of the Predator. When the game launches, IllFonic promises there will be surprises for everyone. Yeah, I'm all around skeptical about this. I am hoping it turns out awesome. How cool would it be to play as a human hunting and fighting a predator? On the flip side, how cool would it be playing as a predator hunting other humans and other predators, IllFonic, and other predators? But here's the thing. It has me worried that more people are going to want to play as the predator than as the humans. So you're going to have to give some type of big incentive on the human side, something that's fun that isn't found on the predator side of the gameplay, on the predator spectrum. Now, I do think it will be absolutely a blast to fight and hunt the predators, but I still feel like it's going to be overwhelming amounts of players trying to queue up as the predator itself. Now, when I heard about this, I heard there was a Predator game. I was helping a family member move. I was with my brother. I heard there was a game, and I immediately got excited that it would be a solo with a side multiplayer. And my brain went wild with different ideas. I was like, man, you know how cool it would be to... I pulled up images of Horizon Zero Dawn. When I played this back in the day, and I loved the atmosphere. I loved some of the game mechanics. Like, here's one that made me think of the Predator and a video game that's an open world that could utilize something similar with the Predator vision, the biomask. She has this little scanner, and it talks about, it shows what her enemies are, what their name are, their body, their armor, if they're hostile, and yada, yada, yada. You can do something similar with the Predator. As a matter of fact, I think she even, if I remember correctly, sets traps and all that. And all that shit got me thinking, imagine if this was a Predator game and you had all the Predator stuff. That would be freaking amazing. And here's the kicker, too, because one thing that has... had me worried off the top of my head was, who wants to play in Predator vision? You're going to have to do different whatever. But if it's not first person, that's perfect. And that's even better for the microtransactions. If you do microtransactions to help keep it up and running, and you do different color Predators. Listen, I got a few different NECA Predators up there, and you can do different styles of armor, different styles of the color skin, and this would essentially help to keep it funded. And you might make a great amount of listen, you might make bank because you can get the Elder Predator, the Jungle Hunter. It depends on the licensing and all the rights. I don't know how that works, but You could do Predators from the new movie if you wanted. I don't know about doing like the ultimate. My nose had an itch there. The ultimate. What is that? The Assassin Predator from the new movie. But here's the thing. So imagine, as soon as I hear about a Predator video game, I think, all right, open world. You start out in the paramilitary team on a corner of the map, opens up a little section of the map, and you're hunting a predator, right? Now, you're a white guy and a black guy. You start out as the white guy, black guy's your friend. Have like a good 5 or 8 hours of being just the humans going up against these predators and even other human hostiles. Again, taking inspiration from the original Predator movie. At a point in the game, the story mission will drastically change where the white guy gets killed. And again, you have to establish a friendship because we're going to bounce around a bit between the white guy and the black guy. Friends for a long time. Now, and it's kind of like Dutch, and that's where I'm getting the inspiration if you follow me. If you haven't watched, if you're not a Predator fan, you're probably thinking I'm just randomly picking stuff, but trust me. And again, you're not copying Dutch and his buddy, but it's kind of like inspiration, just symbolism, and you get what I'm saying? So, the white guy would end up in a story mission, end up getting killed by the Predator. And from that point on, you play as the Predator, and it's open world. So you can get ambushed by groups of paramilitary guys. You can get ambushed by just locals, just local gangs, guerrilla gangs. I mean, it's a video game. It's not like, oh, that part of the world is all villains, right? No, but you also have villages that have civilian AI. And it'll be your choice whether you want to stick with a Predator code of conduct and just fight people with guns. If you choose to kill innocents, and this should not be advertised, it should be one of those mind-blowing, orgasmic, what? For fans. Or joy orgasm for fans, where if you kill enough innocents, it triggers something in the game that now has you hunted by enforcer predators. So, even as you're playing as the Predator, you still get the fun gameplay aspect of fighting other predators. And they're harder to fight too, other than the AI. Moving around quicker, they can do cloaking technology. Imagine they can have different species like these spiders or some shit that they bring to fight. Don't get too off canon, but use some stuff from canon. We do know they do experiments. That's all canon now because of the new movie, whether you like it or not. But incorporate something where you have these assassin predators. So you're fighting guerrilla warfare, paramilitary, you come across civilians, villages, and you're fighting other predators. And then towards the end of the game, you get two choices for your ending. You can either switch the gameplay over. Well, no, you will switch the gameplay over story-wise, and you'll play the black friend now, and he's getting revenge for the Predator killing his buddy. And it'll come to a point where you have your mission story and some of your final boss battles with the humans versus the Predator. And then you hit a point in the game where you can pick to end with the human as the victor or end with the Predator as the victor. And if you end as the human, you get to play the Predator a bit more, and then you go back to the human. And again, will have to be polished out because you'll essentially be fighting yourself. So maybe you'll just stay the human. But let me close it out quick. If you're the human wins, and that's it. Maybe the Predator blows up his thing, and it does music and credits and whatever. You can still explore the world or get to come back since it's beat. You can play as the Predator and reset some of the things. Maybe you have wave modes where you can play the Predator and you get different waves of enemies. Anyway, if you pick the Predator ending, it will switch back over the gameplay and the story itself because you got two different endings. It'll switch over to the Predator, and it will be the Predator winning and putting the army buddies' skull in the trophy case at the end of the game. So you get those two endings where you can end with the human winning or the Predator winning. And I think it's important we get a movie or a game or something soon in the Predator franchise where the Predator itself actually wins. It's getting kind of silly that they're this ultimate fighting beast and they constantly lose. Anyway, I think something like that polished, though. This is just a random idea a fan had. If I knew their capabilities, if I knew what kind of budget or what they were capable of, I think that something incredibly fun could be made. And think about it. You can do you can do the open world game and the multiplayer with take a portion of the map, have that map as the battleground, similar to you have the Last of Us game, but you have multiplayer as well. Utilize that, and you can do microtransactions to help keep it funded and keep it going, keep the servers up. And you can have different types of predators. You can have the different types of plasma casters. You can have the different types of the wrist gauntlets. You can have different types of the blades, the double blades, triple blades, the ones from the OG. You can have the ones from the new movie. Again, depending on licensing, you can have the different masks for your predator. You start out as the jungle hunter predator. You can end up getting, there's so many different predators up here. You can get the Bad Blood mask, the Enforcer. You could get Scarface from the video game. You could get the Dark Horse comic paint skin of the predator. You can get the original classic design, the Elder Predator design. The Wolf Predator, that whole design. And again, it doesn't matter. It's for the fans to have their favorite Predator look, and they're playing this game. I think there's so much potential. I don't have faith in this multiplayer idea alone, but I'm hoping that they incorporate some stuff, enough stuff, where we at least get a fun, kick-ass experience to play as the Predator and to hunt a Predator as a human and maybe get some Predator on Predator action. I think that would be friggin' dope as hell. But anyway, that's just my thoughts and opinions. You guys leave your thoughts and opinions down below. As a big Predator fan, I think there's so much potential here, and I'm worried it's just going to get squandered. Like Friday the 13th, I wish it was better than it is. Really, it looks cool. It just was a little bit clunky in my opinion, and it wasn't it didn't feel inspired. It just kind of felt like the bare minimum, like this is what we can do, that's it, let's get it out. Honestly, it felt like that. And I know it could be fun to play with friends. I don't deny that at all. I've played with some friends and it was actually fun. I played with randoms and it was just horrendous. I don't know. Maybe I just had a few bad experiences, but thoughts and opinions in the comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn.